What up, fight fans? Welcome and thank you for joining us as usual. Oh, we had a little music, a little extra music. But I got an echo in my thing, and I just killed it because I had our show open in a different browser. But that's fine with me. Welcome in, nice fun start to UFC OKC, our weekly breakdown. We had a fun time. I guess kind of fun time. Matty, the fights at UFC 329. You were out in Vegas. You were not at the show. I'm glad you didn't waste money because the main event was a total dud, all things considered. But the card really great before that. How did the numbered card treat you last week, brother?
That was good, bro. Dude, we were so close to the cycle. It was unbelievable.
Really couldn't get closer. I said centimeters away, and it felt like centimeters.
Bro, it's just, you know how many times the first leg loses and then the next two cash? It's like it's even more often of a trend than the last leg losing, you know?
Well, so your cycle, if I'm not mistaken, you had Patty Pimblett sub, right?
Plus 650 on hard
Plus 650, crazy number. We'll laugh at me a little bit more about Benoit Saint Denis in a minute, but so then you also had, what was your decision leg? It was like a fight to go the distance, right?
It was the Corey Sandhagen, which I was sweating that one because of
the injury, right. And then Lonnie Kavanaugh.
Once like halfway through round two, I felt a little better, but after round one, I was like, oh fuck.
Right. So the one that ended up not cashing, Lonnie Kavanaugh, by knockout, he gets the drop. I mean, Brandon Royval's on skates. Like, twice. It felt toast. It felt done.
Yeah, he does what every fucking striker does. He goes to the ground with a hurt opponent, and it just drives me crazy, bro. It drives me crazy. Just let him up. But, I mean, in hindsight, there was quite a few better KO choices. You know, we overthought the Adrian Yanez one, bro. That was so Garbrandt came out like a way more aggressive version than we've seen in these few fights. That's where the hesitancy was.
Right.
But I could have got Yanez at plus 105, I think, on the KO, and it is what it is. We move, but bro, like 30 seconds before the BSD fight, I go on Polymarket from Vegas, and what did I throw on it? 5K to win. It wasn't the greatest number, but I was drinking. I was like, the cycle's dead. I was like, I need to fire something big on Patty.
Yeah.
And Patty sub for like 5K, and it paid no, it wasn't 5K. It was like 3 or 4K. I paid like 18 or 19K, and dude, our breakdown was like literally like we knew that BSD could wrestle right into that, bro. I can't believe he did that.
Yeah,
like, could not believe he did that. He knew that. Like, it's like, what do these coaches tell the fighters to do, bro? It's like that's the one way Patty gets you out early is you wrestle into him up against the cage. Like, I couldn't believe he did that.
Yeah, I mean, like, so with your breakdown on Benoit Saint Denis was perfect because I thought that there would be a little bit of trepidation, a little bit of hesitancy, but sloppy was the word that you used multiple times in your breakdown, and that's what it was. It was sloppy. I don't know if you saw Luke Thomas from Morning Combat come out and fry Benoit Saint Denis for just a lack of respect there, and it was like a lack of respect that he was just going to power out of a really good bottom game. I'm all for it because I think clearly Ilya Patty is the fight to make. Like I can't imagine a better number one contender fight that'll be a pay-per-view. So did the card overall go well for you? Then I saw you smacked a total lay as well.
I made money on the card, but it was just disappointing. And then I sprinkled on Holloway sub in the main event.
Yeah,
bro. When Connor went down with the injury, I was like, please just jump on the back, bro.
Yeah.
It would have been the sickest. It would have been the luckiest win, but it's just crazy how the main event played out.
We got a comment because this was actually the guy that made fun of me for Krylov last week. He goes, how about Krylov against Bobby Knuckles? Look, I felt really good about that ticket about 3.5 minutes into that fight. And then, Krylov is just an old weathered dog, and he did not have the gas to keep wrestling in that fight. And it went just about as you would have expected it to. So
that's the 3-leg parlay with that as the violence leg is the last leg.
Right.
I was sweating that, bro. Because, dude, Whitaker's just so patient. He had him hurt multiple times, and he just coasts. And then when he hit him right in the jaw, I was like, it's over.
Yeah. It's so funny that I get so much hate. And if you follow my main card, like I didn't have a good night, but the things that I did deliver to you, I got my closing line value parlay right with Max Holloway coming home. And then the safe parlay cashed again. It's only missed like 5 times since you and I started doing the show. We had Whitaker, Krylov not go the distance, and then Bosharat money line, which ended up being way more of a sweat than it needed to be. Yeah. But it was it was not a bad card by any instance. I feel for people that bet on Conor McGregor and got that effort in particular, because it was just a weird walkout. I kind of had a weird vibe to it, but we move forward, and that includes this weekend, 12 fights from Oklahoma City. It is a live show. Matty, the word that comes to mind over and over again with this card, prospects. We have prospects all over this card. Like it's like I only had 3 fights that I could model, so it's like a lot of a lot of discrepancy there, I guess, from like I'll have to lean on my film study, which makes sense with Dana White's Contender Series coming up and everything like that. It's a nice practice. But what do you think of the card, bud?
I'm really excited for the main event, but I don't like the card a whole lot. There's a few good fights on it.
Yeah, it is a tough week. I actually had a few angles I'm going to try to talk you into because I was hard at work diving through the prelims a little bit. So we'll see what we can end up coming up with. Starting in this first one here, it's at featherweight between bantamweights. So this is a last minute notice here fight between really guys that could be on the Contender Series. Damian Anderson coming from CFFC taking on Ezra Elliott, who's another one of Sean O'Malley's guys, training with him and Tim Welch and Tommy McMillan. So it's kind of a family affair, all those guys making the trip out to Oklahoma City. Matty, we do not have odds on this one. It was announced yesterday, so there's not a lot of time that's gone by. I will say I've seen some offshore odds that look like Anderson's about minus 140, so probably vicinity of a pick 'em. Have you had a chance to tape this one? Because that's what I was doing a little bit this afternoon.
I have not, bro. Talk to me.
So, I not that my film analysis is worth its weight in gold, but Elliott definitely is a guy that you can tell has Elliott is a guy that has been training with, you can definitely see the McMillan influence in his game. Actually more of a grappler than O'Malley and McMillan. Like that's probably his primary default style. I actually really like his process. He's huge for the 135 division. He's like 5'11" or so. Does not seem skinny from that perspective. And the dude is a professional back taker. A lot of rear naked chokes. Really, he's evolved sort of his ground and pound. That's how he got his last finish out in the promotion. I forget. It's like Ring of Violence, or I forget where it was. Yeah, RUF, something like that. Earlier in May was Elliott's last fight. Was not competitive. And then Damian Anderson is more of a submission guy, jiu-jitsu guy on the regional scene. Really great grappling. You saw that his opponent shot one takedown. He ended up getting, I think, knee barred in that fight at CFFC in February. So really, both of these guys have a grappling base. I lean Elliott because I think he's going to have a pretty substantial reach advantage, like 4 or 5 inches here. I think he's not afraid of striking. He's much more of a well-rounded guy with MMA. I like his kicks. I think he's got good striking process and knowing how to set things up. Whereas Anderson, I think, is really more of a legitimate jiu-jitsu guy. Really concerned that he was struggling to get takedowns regionally in his last fight, and then distance he really wanted no part of. So I think anyone this fight goes that isn't on the ground or potentially rolling with legs is probably going to favor Ezra here.
Yeah, I'm down to take a shot on Elliott, bro.
Yeah. Both these guys are submission artists. We don't have any idea. Maybe I could check the offshore and see what we got on like props and stuff. But like, yeah. You were telling me before the show, you wouldn't be surprised if like fight end sub is like plus 100 here, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Anderson offshore regionally here minus 140. And I don't have any props. It's just the total 1.5 rounds is about a pick 'em, which kind of checks out with maybe a longer fight other than that first round submission danger. We got a comment, Ullman 1760. These guys might be good enough to cancel out each other's grappling, and maybe it goes to decision. I kind of was leaning Ezra KO, but I also want to read a stat here from our producer, Jake. He handed it to me just now. 67% of fighters making their UFC debut up a weight class lose the fight. And that would be Anderson much more than Elliott, who I think's long-term future is at 145. So
yeah, he's going to size advantage for sure.
Yeah. I don't mean this as disrespect to Anderson because he's a really good fighter and I'm interested to see what he does at 135. But the fact that it was Elliott on the card with Tommy McMillan close to home for these guys really feels like it could be a situation that favors Ezra. But we'll move forward here just because that's probably definitely not a cycle leg. But this one potentially could be. You never know. Diani Barbosa taking on Anna Melisano. This is a last-minute replacement here at women's flyweight. Melisano actually coming off a loss on The Ultimate Fighter. She lost the very first day, the very first episode of The Ultimate Fighter that we got released. So what is her reward? She gets to face Diani Barbosa on late notice because Veronica Hardy pulled out of this fight with injury. Matty, you're in general a Diani Barbosa guy. She's a big old favorite this weekend. What do you think of this matchup for her?
Yeah, I mean, you already know what I'm looking at. It's that submission prop here.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, once by sub. She did submit Lydia Warren a couple fights ago.
Bro, yeah.
But yeah, I'm always high on Diana Barbosa, bro. I love her. I love her game. She's a finisher. Or I guess more of a submission artist than a finisher, but 44% of her wins by sub. She's going to be the bigger girl, better jiu-jitsu.
Yep.
It's one of those fights like, do you really want to overthink it or not? You know, I think the number is like around even money.
Do me a favor, Matty. If you like it, you're going to love it. If you boot up Paramount Plus, watch the first episode of The Ultimate Fighter. Melisano got choked out, rear naked choke in like 3 minutes. And now she's up in weight. It's like, surely you think potentially that's not going to happen again, but Melisano might actually be the better striker here, which is kind of an interesting debate. But I will say Barbosa's hands might be a little underrated, you know, at this point.
She's the bigger girl. Her KO's 9-1.
Wow.
9-1 odds. So Barbosa by decisions plus 200, submissions plus 110. The KO TKO is 9-1, and she could do that on the ground too, bro. 9-1 is really insane here.
Yeah, Melisano's just got a bad habit of giving up her neck, man. It feels like one of those props. It's like, why are those so far apart? And then you watch the fight play out, and they are.
I mean, yeah. Thinking about these chicks, and you just look at those two pictures right there, bro.
Right.
It looks like Barbosa would murder this chick in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and to of note, the girl that she fought on The Ultimate Fighter was a grappling based. She was not having success at distance. Where I think Barbosa's hands are underrated. You remember she had that really close fight with our girl Ernesta, where it's like she was competitive at distance in that fight, and was able to get it done, adding a couple of takedowns at the right time.
Please tell me why I wouldn't just put the mortgage on Barbosa ITD at minus 115. Like, what should we be scared about at that price?
Yeah, it would be a long time for Melisano to survive someone who is a great jiu-jitsu player off her pack. Like, that would be a very, very long time. Hey, by the way, up in weight with a weight class. I'm not sure. I put Barbosa in my CLV parlay. She was minus 400. Most of the times you find her now, she's like minus 500, 550. So it's going. I wouldn't be surprised if she closed minus 700. As people kind of look up Melisano. The odds are just really stacked against her. You know?
Yeah, Barbosa round one is plus 240. That's
right.
Sub.
I was going into it thinking like submission. I thought it'd be kind of in that pick'em range, and I'm like, I really still think round one sub is something that I can't. I've been getting cute a lot, dude. It's coming from someone who bet Cody Garbrandt, Nikita Krylov, and among other BSD. Like, I've been getting cute a lot recently. I feel like I don't want to get cute here, and that Barbosa just is the bigger girl, just takes her down a subject.
Yeah.
But hey, I was going to try to talk to you into Barbosa sub as a cycle A. I think it's like a nice small number that if you wanted to get creative with some of these, we got pick'em fights, we got KOs. I think it'll open a lot of avenues as a cycle leg if you wanted to get there. But we'll see what we have cook at the rest of the card. I can't wait to ask you about a few of these fights, Matty. This is one of them. My guy Alvin Guzzi Hines is back after his year suspension. He's taking on RJ Harris here. Harris both of these guys LFA alums. Hines was 5-0 with LFA. Harris got a couple wins there already. Last we saw Guzzi, he was walking down Janata Deniz in the third round, and then we found out he pissed rocket fuel in terms of anabolic steroids of all sorts. So he's been on the shelf because of that. Now he comes off, he faces a newcomer in Harris. I mean, like, it is heavyweight, it's heavyweight slop, but what do you think of Guzzi in this spot?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to fade Alvin Hines just coming off of that 1 year, you know, and like obviously there should be some regression there, just going steroids the natural. And he's got his 6. I mean, I remember watching this fight. Who was it against? Jonathan Deniz.
Yes.
Couldn't believe he didn't get knocked out. Now it kind of makes sense. But RJ Harris has an 80-inch reach, bro. This dude's 6'6".
Yes, he's a mountain of a dude.
Yeah, I think dog or pass here for me, bro. I mean, I could see him winning the decision just with his reach and just winning on the cards here. But he could get the KO as well. But I'm dog or pass here for sure.
Yeah, I so badly wanted to bet Guzzi this week, but I just have a horrible feeling he's not good. When you look at the efficiency metrics against Denise, who, by the way, Denise has not been a world beater. You remember the distance fight he had with Carl Williams? Like, he has not been this guy that lived completely up to the hype. And Hines was getting absolutely body bagged in that fight. Like you said, I couldn't believe he didn't get knocked out. We figured out why. But RJ Harris is an interesting guy. 27, huge at this weight class. I really hope he's not chinny, because that's sometimes what you see with these guys who are a little bit taller and all of that good stuff. But I think Harris has the submission upside here. I do think Harris is a little bit like more powerful of a guy, whereas Hines, now we really saw that he's kind of more of an accumulation of damage type of guy. I feel like as long as Harris avoids kind of like the early meme, he's the longer fighter. I bet he's more technical, and I think he wins maybe a little bit longer of a fight. And interesting, I got to see what the total is in this fight, because, and I don't have it there, but let me double check. I saw it earlier. I think it was on Bet360.
Half is -165.
Dang. As long as there's no early finish, I think I would really feel good about RJ here.
Yeah. Someone had a crazy comment that I kind of like here. I saw a standing guillotine plus 700, and he just got one, right?
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
Round 2 LFA against Philip Latu. Wow. Standing guillotine choke 4 minutes into round 2.
See, I try to talk you off these front chokes, bro, and then Patty throws that shit out there, and now I'm never going to be able to do it again. Like, it is a drug that you cannot get. Now, that's it. I think it's interesting here just because I don't know how experienced Guzzi, like, a lot of the guys Guzzi was fighting in LFA, they're not really submission threats, and Harris, I think, is. Like, he clearly showed he's not afraid to grab the front neck, and it is always something to keep in mind with these bigger guys. So... Yeah. It's like, so I guess with the prop breakdown, I gotta find a site that has some of this stuff posted. So I'm seeing here, like, so Guzzi KO plus 165, Harris KO plus 300, Harris sub plus 550. You said you got a better number than that at what book you looking at?
This is Hard Rock plus 700.
Hard Rock.
So
Harris by points 5-1.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I mean, Guzzi proved to be pretty tough in that fight.
You can fade the KO on both guys here. Like, Hines by KO is plus 180, Harris by KO is plus 350.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the submission and decision angle.
Yeah. Hey, do you remember Guzzi went like a little bit mini viral because he looked like the dad bod and he had the glasses on the scale and he was walking Denise down? Like, you typically want to fade those guys, especially when the analytics are horrible. And with Guzzi, the analytics are absolutely frighteningly horrible. Yeah. So I think RJ's the higher ceiling prospect. I wanted to bet Guzzi, but I don't think I can here. So we'll look.
That RJ sub really sticks out to me.
Yeah.
Because, like, I like taking submission props against guys that are super durable, like has never been KO'd or TKO'd in Alvin Hines. And, Harris has shown he can do it. He's long. He's got big arms. Like, it's super live at 7-1, bro.
Should I not show you that comment then that says RJ is a wicked Americana and straight armbar? I trained with him. Should I not show you that? It says
no neck. That's also a good point, though.
Well, yeah, you go straight armbar. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
100%. So it's just kind of a sloppy heavyweight fight. I actually don't hate the money lines here because I think decision is live for both guys. So one of those things I think you don't get a lazy take an ITD. But we'll move on in the interest of time. You got to get me off my soapbox talking about Guzzi. But this fight here probably going to be pretty quick. Biggest favorite on the card is Alden Correa at flyweight. He's taking on Stuart Nickel. He's minus 1,200. Matty, I really don't know how much I have to say about this fight. I mean, I guess Nickel went into the second round against Alessandro Costa, which doesn't look horrible as Costa continues to win. But do you have any hope for our Australian friend in this spot against Correa?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't think it's going to be an early finish. I think
okay.
I think maybe a 2-3 angle for Auden Correa on the KO prop could be the play here.
Yeah. I mean, Nickel took a beating against Costa, and it was really body shots that got him out of there.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. We got a comment here. People thinking Correa is just going to KO him, but Nichols is not chinny, and they are flyweights, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was a decision. Yeah, and Garule is a guy that is not the most durable guy either, and I think I expected more out of Correa in that fight. I played him KO. I felt like he was a level above Garule, and then it was just kind of a weird decision where it never felt like he kind of hit fourth gear. It was just, I felt like he was just like he was winning the fight pretty comfortably, but I never felt like he was really pushing for a finish, didn't hit that second level. But I really like Alden Correa. I do. Plus 2.29 striking success rate, really, really good. 70% striking defense. I mean, I keep betting against Alessandro Costa because I'm like, what happened against Alden Correa? So I hope the answer is just Alden Correa is really good, and we can put that Garule performance behind it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I like 2-3-2. I do think the submission angle is possible here, so I might play the round in lieu of that. Let me see if I can find just round props here.
Yeah, Correa round 2's plus 350, round 3's plus 475.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, when you're minus 1,200, it's squeezing blood from a turnip.
Yeah, I mean, bro, at this point, you can get a minus 1,200 favorite at plus 260 to win on the scorecards.
Yeah. And it's at flyweight with a guy who hasn't had a ton of power. Matt, we got a comment. Let's see if Correa pulls a Michael as well. I'd be very surprised just because I don't know what Stuart Nichols' upside is here. He's got a decent size reach disadvantage. And the Rocha fight is a giant red flag for Nickel, and that Rocha really hasn't looked that good against everyone else. And Lucas Rocha in that fight had a plus 70 striking differential, landed 3 takedowns and about 90 seconds of control time. So I want signs. I always look for signs of hope. Okay, I bet a lot of crappy fighters. I don't know what it is at this point. Like I parlayed Correa when he was closer to minus 750 because I thought the number was just going to get bigger and bigger, and so far it has.
Yeah, very much.
So I'm not one to talk you into the upset there, but maybe I will in this next fight. We got light heavyweight battle, I should say. We're in the Freddie Vidal universe because Felipe Franco and Levi Rodriguez Jr. both fought him on the Contender Series last season. Now they'll go head-to-head. Matty, Levi Rodriguez Jr. ended up getting that win over Freddie. He got a steroid ban for like 9 months, so now we're making his UFC debut here against Franco, who biggest underdog on the card in London against Mario Pinto and survives to the final bell to tell about it. So what do you think about Franco coming off that performance, now moving back down to 205?
Yeah, bro, that was crazy. He survived. I mean, he's been very durable historically, though. Was he plus 140 here?
Yeah.
Similar height and reach advantage. Let's see what the KO props are.
I appreciate some of you guys getting in here with your super chat parlays. By the way, if you want to send us a super chat, any super chat parlay, if it's a long shot, you got to provide the odds. Matty will pick through a few of them at the end of the show. He'll give you $50 match. Another steroid survivor. Matty, what if I told you I already had a unit on this fight? I took Felipe Franco plus 145 just because I was really impressed with that Pinto performance. And I got to be honest with you, I think Rodriguez could be a total fraud. Just based on his resume. I mean, Freddie Vidal is a guy that I did not have a very high UFC prior on. I love the story, but I didn't think he was very good. He was a huge underdog to Franco when those two fought. And frankly, Franco death gassed from a really bad game plan to try to take down a guy who came in 6 pounds overweight. But you saw Franco and what he's capable of in Pinto. Like, I think a lot of people come away from that fight thinking Pinto isn't very good. But I remember what Pinto did to Jonathan Denise, what Pinto did in the comeback against Austin Lane. I think Mario Pinto, with the heavyweight advantage, probably should have put away Franco unless Franco was able to actually have a great performance that he did. So I think Felipe is a little bit bigger here, definitely more experienced. Levi hasn't been outside 8 minutes, which is a giant red flag in a big weight class like this. I kind of like Franco. He may have to weather a little bit of a storm here yet, but I really do like him in this spot.
What do you think about Franco 2-3 KO, bro? It's plus 100 and plus 2250.
My only concern would be, I think didn't Felipe have – oh, no, I guess he didn't have an official sub attempt against Vidal. I do think it's possible because we just haven't seen Rodriguez in a grappling position. But I would in general would think KO. I really am worried about Levi's cardio in this spot if this fight's extended.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a total. What do we got? Under 1.5 rounds is -125. That would probably be pretty good for Levi if that under hit.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But he's going back down to 205. I genuinely don't know what happens. I think this fight's way closer to a pick'em, and that's why I just played the money line. It probably won't have super substantial action beyond that.
Fair enough.
Okay, stay away from this fight completely. Probably better advice, but I have not been making good decisions lately, so I think I may have made another one there. But let's move on here because, Matty, I really think we start to get to this meat of this prospect run here with this welterweight fight. Guys, I think, are both exceptionally talented. Suk-Young Ko taking on John Paul Labos. The genesis, like the thinking behind this fight to me is very interesting at 170. And the odds are very interesting here as well. Suk-Young Ko -245 against the guy that had a lot of hype off the Contender Series in Labos Noyani and won. So what do you think of this matchup between these guys? I know you've been very impressed with Ko, you've told me so far.
Yeah, I do like Ko a lot. I do think the odds are a little wide here. Especially when like Ko really hasn't showed much finishing upside in his last few fights. You know, he's going the distance in a lot of these fights. Oban Elliott, Phil Rowe, JPL. What's he +186? Damn, this is a tough one, bro. I kind of like distance more than anything here.
Wow, length, very very interesting. Here's another one that I've already got action on. I really love John Paul Labos Noyani in this fight, dude. When I conceptually, I'm like, why are they feeding Labos Noyani to a guy who's so good? I think it's because he's got a lot of the recipe to not have Suk-Young Ko's fights look like they have so far. Where Ko, he fought Elliott and then he fought Phil Rowe. Those are two guys with notorious bottom game issues. They have a hard time off their back. We've seen it over and over again. Labos Noyani came in with like a grappling base before the Contender Series. I don't know if you remember. Did I talk you into betting him by sub on the Contender Series? I don't remember. I definitely did. So, and then he gets that head kick knockout, and then Phil Rowe is a really tough guy to sub, as Ko learned as well. But I think Labos Noyani's ground game is really good. And at distance, I think he's got a speed advantage here. Definitely, we've seen the creativity. There are a lot of things that I think point in John Paul's direction here, but these are the two things I keep coming back to. Number one, I think Suk-Young Ko is a guy that they really are upset has been so boring in these fights so far. That is not the type of guy UFC wants to see. And number two, Labos Noyani is a guy that had a lot of hype, and I think that they put him out in a road show. They envision this as a good matchup for him, and he's in the red corner as well. So I think +186 is a great price when we don't know a lot about these guys yet.
Yeah, I'm struggling with it. This might be one of the fights in the card I don't even play, and I can go on unless I just go over. Over the half's -190. I think both guys can stay safe.
1.5 is
2.5 is -190.
I'm going to be playing JPL inside the distance at that price.
To go the distance is -150.
Yeah. I really don't. To me, like when you go back further with Ko's regional footage, I'm really worried that some of his striking, I think he's a little bit slow and I think he's a little bit stiff. And we just haven't seen that yet because he's been able to get takedowns at will. We haven't seen Labos Noyani face a takedown. So it's a really interesting dynamic, but I think there's more that can go wrong for Ko in this fight than the chances I think JPL just gets controlled for like 12 minutes.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Yeah. So really, really looking forward to that matchup to see which side prevails. I can say the same with this one as well. Featured prelim here between Jose Delgado. He's taking on Austin Bashi, Matty. Most likely this is going to close as the closest fight on the card. It's about a pick 'em. Austin Bashi's actually swung to a favorite as we sit here on Wednesday. It was Delgado, a little bit earlier this week. I cannot wait. This was the fight I had circled. I want to hear your opinion about this because I played it. It's like you, I'm leaking a little bit of confidence, but everything I believe in brought me to one side here. So what do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, I've been high on Austin Bashi in general. He had the decision loss to C-Rod, and I think that's aged pretty well. I mean, we know how legit C-Rod is at this point. Then he comes out in his next fight, gets the round 1 rear naked choke. I mean, he has, 5 rear naked chokes in his MMA career? I mean, he loves to take the back. This is another fight where I kind of like distance again. Honestly, bro, Delgado's stock is kind of a little bit lower right now. Just going the distance of Feely, losing this decision to Nathaniel Wood.
Yeah.
And then the Hyder Emil knockout hasn't aged that well now, right? Like, so I originally probably would have been on the Jose Delgado side here, but I kind of like Austin Bashi maybe on the cards here.
Interesting. I did want to hear it. Bashi points, by the way, I see it at plus 210. Yeah. I bet Delgado heavy here, dude. Like 2.25 units. The problem for me with Bashi is I really do like his ground game as well. I think he's a bantamweight. All of his regional success was at 135. Yeah. He gets the fight against Giannis, who is a bantamweight by nature. I think he's too small against these 145ers that, yeah, maybe he could get takedowns, top time, back control against Delgado. But if that strength is a mismatch to a point where Delgado is going to be able to have time at distance or he's able to sprawl on top, he's huge for this weight class. Like, Delgado's a guy that you could see putting on and bulking up to 155, no problem. So they almost feel like a weight class apart to me. And Delgado, at this point, has not shown issues getting back to his feet. Andre Feely landed 4 takedowns against him, only 59 seconds in control time. So I'm like, I think I get the bigger guy. I get the better striker. I am a little bit worried about the takedown defense, but at the same time, if I feel good about the get-up game, maybe it is a little bit longer of a fight. So if you like decision, I looked at Delgado points plus 410. It feels more likely to me than maybe a knockout at plus 310, whereas like Bashi took a beating in that Rodriguez fight and really never was in any sort of danger. And Delgado's a guy he doesn't feel like he sits down on stuff, if that makes sense. It feels like he is much more willing to touch guys up. And I think he knows he's worried about the takedown threat here and can get it done.
Yeah, the fight to go the distance minus 105.
Oh, wow. So inside the distance is favored, huh?
Yeah, just barely.
I would say it's a little weird. Bashi sub is plus 550. I think that's like one of his most obvious win paths here is to get the back. Interesting comment from our guy Big Maple. I don't trust Bashi's gas tank.
Yeah, if he comes into the grapple and heavy approach, for sure he could fade.
The way he fights seems exhausting to me. Like it's like I feel like he would do so much better if he could make 135 because then he's just got a strength advantage over these guys. But we saw it against C-Rod. Isaac Dolgarian had an easier time getting C-Rod down early than Bashi did.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'd take Delgado against Dolgarian. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that because Isaac Dolgarian bets as many fights as I do a weekend.
Yeah, what do you got? Bro, my head's kind of spinning on this one.
I definitely think the one thing I knew and I wanted to ask you about is probably not a cycle fight because there's a lot of different things that could happen here. Like I don't funny comment from Dylan, can't trust a guy named Austin, I'll tell you that much. Well, if you tailed me last weekend, I understand and I empathize with you. It's good stuff. But Delgado was a big favorite. Look at him now. Yeah, I there are a few of these fights on this card where the lines have swung wildly, like Lobosnoyani opened as a favorite offshore. I'm trying to think. RJ Harris was a big favorite when it opened offshore. Like we've had a lot of line movement that's kind of interesting this week. But Delgado height and distance management will play a big factor. Our chat's low-key been cooking, so it makes me feel good that they kind of like Delgado in this spot. It was not an easy decision. I really thought about this for a long time, and then I watched Bashi's fight back against Rodriguez, and I'm like, he feels like he's getting little brothered here, and C-Rod is not the biggest 145er. Like I know Delgado, and I'm like, why are these odds so close? Delgado, I guess, struggled with a regional fight years ago where he got taken down and controlled the whole fight. But God, he's at one of the best gyms in the world. MMA Lab, Mario Bautista, Kyler Phillips. Like he's got a lot of answers there inside that gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. So interesting that I guess we'll move forward. Anything else on this guy before we move up onto the main card?
My head's already spinning.
Oh, Big Maple, that's so right. Let me see. He sent me the ticket. Big Maple did of this parlay. I'm gonna upload it so I can show everybody. But he sent me the ticket. Is one of the craziest parlays I've ever seen. It was like $10 to win. I don't even remember how much it is. I'll throw it up here after the ads. But it was good stuff from our guy. We love it. If you guys send me tickets, we'll put them up on the show. We love you guys. and the community you can send. But before we hop up onto the main card here, let's pay a few bills, including the guys that really keep the lights on above me and above Matty. Home fight picks. Our guys, Nolan and Hayden, both of them up at least. They were up like a combined 7 units at UFC 329. Whenever the events get big and the lights get bright, these guys bring their A game. Hayden's already got a whale out for the UFC OKC this weekend, and Nolan, I'm sure, is plotting his sweet revenge as well on this card. So if you want to be in with the pros, these guys are the pros. Winnable.com/HOF picks. You can find Homo Fight Picks on Instagram. Code HOF. It'll give you 7 days free. I do invite you guys to check out these picks because they're the real pros that know what they're doing. As much fun as we have here. Also, the show. Proud to announce this. Parlay Market is the new official odds provider. All the odds you guys have seen on the show tonight, you probably have seen on the graphics. Parlay Market has provided them. If you use code FIGHT, you can deposit $20 onto Parlay Market. You get $50 extra to trade. That is $70 on Parlay Market when you can trade fights. An official partner of UFC. We see a lot of their stuff on the UFC broadcast. Matty, we are so excited about this Parlay Market promotion because, like, I'm an early money line guy. I like to find money lines where I can get them. Parlay Market routinely smashes my expectations, and frankly, the way the trading system works, you can get an amazing deal. Like, I remember a boost Magomedov against Oleg Shachuk a few weeks ago. It was like a pick'em. I got a boost up to plus 137 because I was watching the market on Parlay Market. It's crazy the numbers you can get available. You had a Parlay Market trade this week, right? Like as well.
Yeah, the Patty sub. I got a bad price, but the money lines are usually spot on there, and the fees are pretty low.
And that's the thing. It's right before the fight. It's live. It's local. You could be in Nevada, Florida, Texas. A lot of places have Parlay Market available. So excited to bring them aboard, as well as you guys know you love these repacks by Collectibles. We definitely have to rip some cards on tonight's show because you were in the car last week, so we couldn't rip any. We'll see if we can rip cards at the end of the show, or you want to do it now.
No, let's keep going.
We'll do it at the end of the show. Really some amazing pulls. We saw someone talking about a giant Hamzat pull they had this weekend. You can see some of the cards available. Cool Patty the Batty card on the end seems very appropriate as well. We'll go through some of the prize picks, but you guys know the repacks by collectibles.com. Coolest thing I think going in MMA media right now. But really, really awesome stuff, and we appreciate all these guys who rip cards. We'll rip them at the end of the show. Geez, you guys are blood hungry, man. You want these, but we really got to talk about this fight first because order of business is there. We got Tommy Guns McMillan taking on Alberto Montes in a fight that I never would have dreamed happened for these guys this soon. I thought they were both well regarded, but we'll see if McMillan is going to come off that fight with Manolo Zucchini. He's now a minus 150-ish favorite right about where you look. It's really gone his way this week, Matty. What do you think of this matchup? Is it really a very favorable one for McMillan? Do you like Montes in this spot by a specific way? We haven't talked at all about this fight, and I think it's a really fascinating one.
Bro, I'm so mad this fight is happening. Like, I'm excited to see it, but I love both of these guys so much. Like, people say a lot of shit about Tommy, like he's not technical and he just brawls, but he's fun and entertaining.
Yeah.
Montes, on the other hand, I think he's good everywhere. I cashed big on his submission recently on one of his last fights, but I kind of feel like Tommy is a tough style for him because he's longer, he's taller, and he just makes fights like dirty, and like not technical. And I think he could kind of give Montes some trouble just pressuring him and making it chaotic.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit torn. But this reminds me of the Patty BSD fight as far as like the outcome prices. They're all over. Like, bro, the smallest outcome here is Tommy KO plus 300.
Wow.
Sub plus 300. And then everything else ranges from plus 350 to plus 750. So it's very similar to that BSD Patty fight in a way. But I kind of think Tommy by KO here at plus 300 is live. And then on the Montes side, I don't know that he'll so easily submit Tommy. It's plus 300.
Sure.
He's coming off a submission win. I don't really like that price. The fight, what's the fight to end by KO? It's plus 200. The fight to end by KO TKO here.
I like that.
I don't think Tommy's going to shoot in this fight. I think it would be stupid. Like, if he pulls a BSD here, it would be so dumb, bro. If this guy's a nasty front choke, just keep it on the feet and just overwhelm him with your pressure and your pace and your cardio and your You're total chaos on the feet. I think that's his path here.
Right. And I'm going to ask you, because I'm making you the show expert on sloppy. I don't feel like McMillan fights in control all the time.
Yeah.
I do think that's a really great comment about Tommy Gunn's chin potential. Like the uglier this fight gets, I do think as long as he isn't sloppily shooting, it probably does work in his favor. It is a really weird fight, and to me, it's even weirder that McMillan has taken such heavy money this week, because I thought everybody thought this guy sucked. Like I was telling people before the Zucchini fight, I was like, Magoyan is a very real prospect. McMillan is going to be fine. I actually was really disappointed with how McMillan looked in that Zucchini fight, bro. I thought he was a little sloppy.
KO.
What'd you say?
I cashed big on that KO.
Right. And I did too, but I was hoping it was a little bit more. I was hoping it was a little bit cleaner. I was hoping it was a little bit more convincing. He was hurt. He was stunned at times in that fight by Manolo freaking Zucchini, who I think is a regional can that got washed away by Morgan Charrier like that. And it was kind of the same similarish performance. Whereas, like, the more I think about it now, when this was a pick'em, I leaned McMillan. But now as the number gets bigger, it's like I'm kind of watching it to see, okay, where is this going to go? Because Montes is a guy that I know the front chokes are going to be the star of the show, right? And like that is his preferred finishing method. But I like his hands too. Like you go back.
I was just going to say, plus 750 on an Alberto Montes KO is crazy.
When McMillan he was hurt badly at distance by Magoyan, and he was hurt by Zucchini, and it's like, I feel like Montes is the best striker of those three, and he's plus 750 to win by KO. But what that comes back to is the comment we got from Heezy Life, where it was saying it's his chin. McMillan is a great chin, great length, great gas tank. Like he's got all these intangibles working on his side, whereas I think Montes is the better fighter. So now I'm kind of in wait and see mode. I think it's Montes or pass for me at this point. I'm always one to fade closing line value, but McMillan has such a tough, indestructible feeling skill set that I think you're going to have to put him out cold to beat him. And I don't know if Montes has that type of power, but I will tell you, I've been on here and I've talked about my guys from the Goat Shed. I love that gym. I feel like they have put a lot of guys in. Victor Valenzuela a few weeks ago is another guy from the Goat Shed, and Montes has been training there for a bit now, and I think he looked much better in his debut than he did on the Contender Series. So I think he's an ascending stock, man. Sometimes UFC, I think they want to prop up McMillan here, but sometimes they get these wrong. And you know how I know? Remember when O'Malley fought Cheeto Vera? And I was like, what are they doing? Like, Cheeto's a killer. Like, what are they doing? And he ended up losing that fight, although it was due to injury. But I think maybe they may have just misunderestimated Alberto Montes here.
Yeah, like I said, I hate that this fight's happening because, like, these are two guys I just want to make money on each of them consistently. Right. I mean, Montes has won 4 straight fights by submission, bro.
I'm going to have to really go back and watch Montes and a little bit of striking footage. He looked good against one of the worst fighters in the UFC. Ricky Turcios is better than Manolo Zucchini. I want that established right here, right now. Like, Turcios had a competitive fight with SoFi.
Not just barely.
Oh, no. Well, I will say I was looking back at Turcios' resume. It's amazing how long a win over Brady Heastand kind of coasted. Because, like, he had the Rosas fight, didn't go his way.
Yeah.
They've kind of thrown Turcios to the wolves a little. Is he still on the roster? They cut it.
I don't know.
Okay.
I
think I'm going to end up playing Montes money line when it gets bigger and bigger.
Has Tommy even been in, like, I don't even see, like, grappling matches on his resume.
No, he's got a traditional American wrestling base. Like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's from Montana and he had a wrestling background there. But I kind of just was looking back. The Contender Series, it's funny. I bet him both fights. I cashed on him both fights, and sometimes that is almost like that meme where someone's holding open your eyeballs. It was horrifying to watch. But I agree. Magoyan's a really good fighter. He was always undervalued entering his debut, but I wouldn't be surprised if McMillan's. Maybe there's a spot, bro, where I bet Montes pre-flop, like round 1. And if it's starting to go south, I pull up Polymarket, and then I see what I can get McMillan at live if he's taking some early punishment.
Yeah. The fight to reach round 2 is minus 240.
I think that would be better for Tommy, but somewhat to be expected.
Yeah.
I'd make Montes like a minus 170 favorite to win round 1. I just feel like he's the better, more technical guy. McMillan's a little bit of a brawl, and that's just the thing. Can he maintain the pace?
Yeah.
Montes is a little sneaky old.
What do you think about a 2-3 angle for Tommy, bro?
It depends on the number, but that makes so much sense.
Plus 550, plus 850.
It's not bad. I expected worse.
I would just go KO 2-3 though. I don't think you should even mess with the grappling here.
Yeah, I don't know if Montes is an elite grappler as much as he's got that anaconda.
Bro, I love those prices. Tommy just outdogs him. Wins by round 2-3 KO, plus 1,100, plus 1,600. I fucking love those numbers.
Those are big numbers for that particular case.
Mm.
Interestingly enough, like the fight is minus 410 to not go the distance. I don't know how I feel about that. I do think there is decision equity if Montes' cardio holds up, but that big if McMillan's pace is crazy.
I think I'm playing that 2-3 KO. I'm just gonna leave it
11 to 1, 16 to 1. Those are really good numbers, man. But first, by the way, I want to throw this up. Check out this slip that Big Maple sent me. $10 to win 21,000. Had Holloway KO, Patty sub, Bautista decision, Whitaker KO, Riley KO, Wong decision, Pinas KO.
Yeah, it's insane.
That is a crazy 7-legger from our give our guy Maple some love in the chat because that is absolutely an insane play to catch.
I'm still mad I didn't take Conwan by decision. I don't know why I took the KO.
I see. I talked you into it, and then I text you. I'm like, why does she not sit down on anything? She's got this girl.
I knew that was gonna happen, and I still fucking chased the KO prop because the price was so good.
Yeah. You got a lot of love for that 2-3 KO for Tommy Gunn. I'm surprised it's over 10 to 1. I'm very surprised by that. I'm getting quick because McMillan's money line is going up, so those numbers are going to get worse as we go through.
Yeah.
But Kongwong money line though, free money last week. One of the few things I did right. But we'll move forward here. You and I were on a bit of an island with that one. The Hobo Fight Picks guys, they loved Cortez, so like good for our show getting on the board. But how about we talk about this one at strawweight? Fourth to last fight on the card here. Fatima Klein, the Archangel, taking on Tabitha Baby Shark Ricci. Really big step up for Klein after her last fight against Angela Hill. Ricci up into, I'm pretty sure she's still top 5. I don't know where the AI rankings put her, but she just fought Bruna Jandiroba. Didn't end up getting it done there, Matty. But in general, you've been a pro Tabitha Ricci guy. Yeah. Will not cost you much this week. She's plus 285. Is this line more hype or substance? And what do you think of Klein and how she gets it done here? So
yeah, I like Fatima Klein. I just think at the end of the day, she just has such a size disadvantage, bro. Even at strawweight, it's like 6-inch reach disadvantage, 5 inches in height. I just think it's too difficult for her to close distance.
Yeah,
I don't think she's gonna be able to. If she gets takedown, she's not holding her down. So I'm just like, what really is her win path? Like maybe she gets a Riddick choke. Like how does she win this fight? I just don't know how she wins it.
Yeah, it would be an unexposed hole in Klein's takedown defense that we have not seen to this point. And I shouldn't say we haven't seen it. It's just it came up against Jasmine Jazz DeVicious in her debut, and Jazz is so much bigger than Ricci. It's not even funny, So it's like expecting that recipe, and then Dudikova kind of quit. She's a little bit of a. I could see Ricci stalling minutes here, but like at distance, the hardware gap is gigantic.
Yeah.
And
bigger durability though.
Yeah, and that's why I see Klein points at minus 160 here.
Yeah, I think you don't overthink it. I think that's a great play.
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, it could work as a cycle. Sub or points is minus 230 if you want to take a look. If you feel good about Ricci's durability, which I do, if you want to take a little haircut off the money line, I don't think that's terrible. Yeah. I wanted to check point spread here because that makes a lot of sense because then you get the finish or like winning every single round. I think that makes a lot of sense with Klein. It's minus 130. It's kind of playable. You get ITD and a dominant decision. That's not bad.
Yeah, I think 30-27 Klein, bro.
Yeah. And you could always maybe go 5.5 if you really believe in her. I do have a model result here. I've got Klein minus 162. So it's just so tough for these women's strawweight fights. Like I've got the fight almost 70% to go the distance. So it's like, it's saying Ricci might be able to keep it kind of close, get a couple of takedowns. How many takedowns do I have for Ricci here? 2.9. So Like maybe she's able to get her down, but I think the model might be a little bit influenced by the Jazz Devicious result. Like I told you, it doesn't account for weight class. I would take the under on 2.9 takedowns here. Just it's such a big size discrepancy, and Fatima is really, I think she's a real deal. Of course, if you don't know her, she trains out with Erin Blanchfield, undefeated in this division. Like she's one of the best prospects in it. So
yeah, I think she gets it done 30-27.
yeah. And that would be a pretty chalky angle, but potentially a cycle leg as well. But we'll move forward. This is number 3. There were 3 I wanted to ask you about. This is the next one. Our guy, a friend of Home of Fight, friend of the show, Chase, the Dream Hooper, taking on Mitch Ramirez. It kind of feels like a last stand for Chase, right? He's had a couple of tough fights in a row. Ramirez is 0-2 in UFC. It feels like kind of a loser go home sort of fight, which would be a crazy for Chase after his entire UFC journey. Matty, Chase is minus 390. It's a position where many are not comfortable for good reason. Would you be comfortable backing Chase Hooper at this number in associated props?
Not even close, bro.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I mean, you can't justify laying 4-1 on Chase against a guy who's never even been submitted in his career. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, bro. You know, it's like, and then we know Chase's chin issues. His confidence has to be at an all-time low. You know, the guys he's getting – it's not even he's getting knocked out. It's just the guys he's getting knocked out by. Lance Gibson Jr., Alexander Hernandez, okay. But it's just like – I don't know. I could see Chase Hooper by points maybe if he just suffocates this dude for 3 rounds. I actually think it's a good price on that, by the way. Let me take a look. Chase by decisions plus 300, bro.
It is. I actually see plus 330 of FanDuel as well. So that's a pretty friendly number.
You know, 4 decision wins in his career. 25% of his wins are by decision.
Yeah.
You know, plus 300. I don't hate that against a pretty durable guy in Mitch Ramirez.
Yeah. It's crazy. I didn't realize that Ramirez had never been subbed, and like sub is plus 160 here.
Yeah.
Dang, that's short.
I mean, he fought Mike Davis. I chased the Mike Davis sub in that fight, and he KO'd him.
Yep.
But just look at the guys that Ramirez has faced, bro. Mike Davis, Carlos fucking Prates. What would Carlos Prates – like, you got to be kidding me, dude.
Yeah.
The guy that fought Carlos Prates fighting Chase Hooper. Like it's just insane, bro.
What if I told you that I just thought of a crazy one. I love Chase Hooper here, dude, which is so not on brand for me. Like I like Lance Gibson in the Seattle card. I think Ramirez is terrible. And like I say that with as much respect due to him as I can, but like I look at the UFC sample, I guess you could throw out the Contender Series against Prates up in weight, but against Thiago Moises now cut. Mike Davis has had his inconsistencies. The guy has nothing going for him. Horrible 37% striking defense. Takedown defense is even worse. Like, it's the bottom of the barrel. And I'll tell you this. Ramirez KO1 is plus 1,100. Do you not think that's going to be, like, the most popular method in round combo bet at all this week? Like, everybody's like, oh, Chase Hooper can't take punches. Chase Hooper can't do this, can't do that. I think Chase Hooper in this spot, it's a bounce back spot because as long as he doesn't get blinked to distance, I actually think he's a better striker here as well. The volume, what?
Yeah, no, I agree. It's not crazy to say that at all.
Yeah, the volume that he put on Nick Fiore, people forget that he won that Fiore fight without any takedowns and all. Is one of the craziest things to watch. He landed 149 significant strikes. I actually like because I actually think it'll be kind of tough for him to get takedowns here. We obviously know his submission stuff if it gets to that point. But, like, I was looking at, like, 2-3 KO on Ramirez, just turns up the pace, just starts putting it on him. It's a big weight cut for Ramirez. It's, like, 13-1 and 20-1 on those. But you do look at how he dominated Jim Miller, and he dominated and submitted Jordan Levitt. Those were much better dudes than Mitch Ramirez. So it's like I am not afraid to go back to the Chase Hooper well against a guy that I don't think is UFC caliber. And we got here with Neil Magny, where Magny was a big underdog in every fight, and then he fights Amosov, and everyone's like, oh, Magny again. It's like these infinite money glitches don't really happen that often. It's like you caught it once with Alexander Hernandez, and then Lance Gibson was very surprising because Gibson wasn't even a KO guy. Now it's like 10-1 again. I don't think Ramirez blinks Hooper in this spot, and I like Chase to get the win.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what to do with this fight.
If he cashes the CLV parlay for me, I might buy one of those icy Chase Super shirts from him. Wear it on the show.
I mean, bro, I chased Chase Hooper KO TKO 10-1 on Slava Claus.
Yeah.
And he beat the brakes off of him on the feet. And
you remember he dropped Slava?
Bro, he overhand right to the temple. Like, literally hit a welt like this big on his face, bro. And he still didn't get the TKO. Like, that,
Right.
that was a sick beat. But no, I agree with you everywhere. I think Chase is pretty much better everywhere in this fight, including striking. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to the chin and the confidence level. I kind of think Chase – I kind of like Chase by points at plus 300, but I doubt I'll play it.
This fight is minus 225 to start round 2. I guarantee Chase Hooper has won it if it does.
Yeah.
I will stand on that. I guarantee if this fight we'll do something, but like it is great news for Chase if this fight starts round 2 because I think he's got a huge cardio advantage. It feels to me like we've kind of forgotten how good he looked at lightweight before that Alexander Hernandez mishap. He was like minus 600 against Hernandez. It was something big, and now he's fallen back to earth a little bit, but Ramirez is just not a guy I like.
I agree. I just think Ramirez has fought a lot of killers.
Like Prates, and
that's the one that just fucks in my head more than anything. Like just the fact that Ramirez fought Carlos Prates and now he's fighting Chase Hooper, it just blows my mind. It literally blows my mind. And he made it 6 minutes with Carlos Prates. I mean,
yeah. Do you think if I pulled my model results and I said I would favor Chase Hooper over Prates by some, this show would explode?
Probably shut down.
I would be kicked off the show. I have no idea. I have no idea what it would say, but it's it does have a lot of respect for Hooper, given the natural red flags that you have to. We got a comment, Hooper round 1, 2. Don't bet Hooper. It feels like everyone's like, hey, don't bet Hooper. Don't bet Hooper. You can't lay minus 400 with Hooper. Why is he minus 400? That's the only question I'll ask. But let's move forward here. I am interested to hear your thoughts on the co-main and the main event here. We got Christian Leroy Duncan taking on Jared Cannonier. Jared feels like this $2 stake, man. He is tough as it gets. He is a hard out. We saw him in a very close fight with MVP. Now he's sort of another level up fight for CLD, who has looked outstanding to the extent his opponent would let him look outstanding. That's the Dolidze fight is for another day. But what do you think of CLD? He's minus 340. He's taking some money here. Obviously a very talented guy. So is it a CLD spot here?
I'm so high on CLD, bro. I love this guy. I think he's so good. I bet him by decision against Roman Dolidze, and it cashed, but it was very scary. The spinning back fist against Marco Tulio was nasty. Destroyed Eric Anders. I mean, this guy's just so good. Now the MMA math is Cannonier beat RoboCop.
Yeah.
RoboCop, kind of outwilled his way to a decision against CLD with the grappling. But I don't even know that I would take RoboCop in a rematch there. I mean, I think it was just a stylistic matchup, a good stylistic matchup for RoboCop. But I think Christian Leroy Duncan is the real deal, bro. I think he's got really good anti-grappling now and good strength. And this dude's striking is just insane. The question is it KO or decision? That's literally all I have to look at here because I do think this could be a cycle candidate. Let me pull up the difference in the numbers here on this one. But in the 3-rounder, it's hard to get Cannonier out of there, bro. And especially in a 3-rounder too.
Yeah.
CLD by KO TKO is plus 180 and decisions plus 135. Two pretty small numbers.
Gross.
I don't think the chat saying Cannonier is going to wrestle. I don't think Cannonier can do what RoboCop did to CLD, and CLD's now experienced that. And that was a few fights ago now. I think CLD is legit, bro. I think he's good everywhere. I just don't really see, outside of a big overhand right or something, I don't really see a win path for Cannonier. I love CLD.
If Cannonier could wrestle well enough to wrestle CLD, he would have taken down MVP and won the fight.
Yeah.
MVP is an easier guy to grapple than CLD is.
I agree. I think MVP's got a thinner frame. He's not as dense and strong.
Yeah.
I think CLD's the real deal, bro.
Yeah. I'm a little concerned about Jared and how much damage he's taken, which is why I think
Yeah.
points and KO are so close in this spot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would take either number at plus 180, right? Like if the decision was plus 180,
Yeah.
I would probably lean that way. But the KO's plus 180 and the decision's plus 135. I kind of lean CLD by KO TKO here, plus 180.
Yeah.
I
Gosh.
It's a decent cycle leg, bro.
Yeah. And like, so it's just so tough for me because it's like I agree with you, and I do think CLD is going to win this fight. And I've got him like minus 190 here, so that is a convincing result that I don't really want to bet Jared, even though technically he slides into value range.
Yeah.
I know the responsible thing here is to bet Cannoneer points, but it's a hell of a sweat, and you are relying on some things having gone horribly wrong for CLD. And I'm much more concerned that Jared would get KO'd in the process. I do say I think Jared is still pretty underrated. We know RoboCop has huge power. He was able to come back and win that fight. And Cannoneer's level of competition has been so crazy. I mean, it's just crazy.
They'd almost get him out of there early, right?
He did, and I feel better about RoboCop's early power than I do CLD's. Is the problem?
I think CLD's power is so sneaky, bro.
Interesting. The Tulio, I feel like Tulio's very chinny. The Eric Anders win is
remember, Delidze has never been put away.
Yeah, Delidze's a hard guy to put away. I don't hold that
against him. Right. He's never been put away. And that's why I love that decision. That was a fucking hammer. But Cannoneer on the other end, we've seen him hurt so many times, bro. Like there's been, I remember that early stoppage in one of his fights. But like the guy, he shows that he's hurt. Like I think CLD can find the shot on him. It could maybe be like a standing TKO up against the cage or something. I'm starting to really lean towards that KO prop at plus 180.
Late or early?
Round 2.
Okay, yeah. I round 2, by the way, is 7-1. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
I know the responsible thing here to do is Cannoneer points because I think he is going to be competitive until he potentially does get rocked. At which point that would be where it would fade away. Yeah. I really just don't want to do it. So I'm with you. I would say my lead would be late of the two, like 2-3.
I can chase that KO and then it goes CLD wins at 30-27.
The CLD is so responsible and patient. He's so good, but at the same time it's frustrating because he doesn't put himself in bad positions.
Yeah. I'll look at his fucking. Let me see here. I mean, the Eric Anders round 1 finish was actually pretty impressive. I mean, Anders is not an easy guy to just put away in round 1. Tulio, Claudio Ribeiro, Dennis Tululin, Dusko. I mean, he's surprisingly a pretty significant finisher, bro. 71% of his wins are by knockout.
I believe that.
You kind of think of him as more as like not a points guy, but like he's a lot less of a points guy than an MVP, obviously. But like you kind of think of him as like a patient striker who doesn't get a ton of finishes. But I'm telling you, he's kind of sneaky here. I just think he's on the uprise, bro. I think he's literally entering his prime right now at 30 years old. Cannoneer at 42 years of age. I could see the standing TKO. Cannoneer's been put away by strikes 3 times now.
Yeah.
The Imavov one was round 4, though. Went the distance of Adesanya and Whitaker. I mean, he's not an easy guy to put away for sure. Dominic Reyes got him in round 1 back in 2018. What was
light heavyweight.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think CLD pretty much is a light heavyweight, bro.
He is huge for this weight class. Yeah, it's just this is such a brutal decision. I truly can't make my mind up, and I don't have value on either number to a point where I think I'd go.
There's some good chat, but Bahalo or Kaio definitely had a TKO, but that was the end of round 5 though.
Right.
Round 4 or 5, yeah.
I'd feel better about CLD KO if it was a 5-rounder.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I will say if you like the Cannoneer side, I don't think he's going to put away CLD. So plus 600 on points feels like a good way to do it. If you think that he's just going to do the grizzled old veteran thing, but it's like I've got my mind to make up there, and I got to decide exactly how I want to play the Klein Ricci fight because those are really complicated prop markets.
Yeah, I think Cannonier's only way to win by finish here would be like just ring ground and pound and full mount or something.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
It just hard to see happening when I know I just have so much respect for RoboCop and the danger he has, not only KO but also sub danger. Even though he never tries to sub guys because he's a warrior, but like I know that's there, so we'll see. All right, buddy. Let's talk about the main event. We have got a good one, at least on paper here. My guy Dricus du Plessis taking on Kamaru Usman. It is a battle of former champions at 185 and a really good live show main event here in this spot. Matty, what do you think with du Plessis? He's minus 250, looking to overcome that Khamzat Chimaev disaster. I guess the genesis of this matchup is that Usman, the wrestler, can he do some of those things that Khamzat had? What do you think of this matchup, and what are you looking at in the prop market?
I love DDP. I think he's the best favorite on the card, bro.
Wow. Okay.
Really love him for so many reasons. One, Usman's age, his knees, all the narrative stuff you'll hear. I agree with all that. But number two, and more importantly, you have a super motivated DDP who's at 11 months off after just getting ragdolled for 5 rounds.
Yeah.
And I just don't think Kamaru can do that. Like, Khamzat's just a different animal as far as like relentlessly taking someone down for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And if Kamaru could do that, it's like we have to imagine that DDP is so much more improved after going through that fight with Khamzat. I just think this is a nightmare matchup for Kamaru here. Whereas other people might look at it and say, oh, he can do the same thing that Khamzat did. I just totally disagree with that. I think DDP is going to walk him down and just unload on him. I could see like a late TKO here, maybe round 3 or 4.
Yeah, I'm in a spot where it's like Usman, what he did against Buckley to me was not a surprise. He was a pretty sized underdog. I played Usman against Buckley, and I felt really good about that. I do not feel good about it here, even though on paper du Plessis has had some real takedown issues. And by the way, I saw someone on Twitter this week be like, du Plessis has proven he can overcome like dominant wrestlers. It's like we're talking about Derek Brunson near 40, because it was really what caught us off guard about the Khamzat matchup is Dricus had been so good wrestling offensively that we were kind of surprised how few answers he had for some of those positions. Like, how many times did he get put in a crucifix? It was like the weirdest thing to see in an MMA title fight, right? Like a middleweight title fight.
Yeah.
And it was like, those are a lot of answers. Now, that fight was quite a long time ago at this point. So like you said, he could be working with his coaches and improving. Dricus is such a physical specimen that I really wish he was at a bigger gym that I felt better about, like making some of those incremental improvements. Whereas I think thus far his physicality has carried him so far because he is such a unique athlete for this division. Everyone always makes fun of how it looks like he's slipping on a banana peel right when he's going to throw strikes and his feet are crossing over each other and it just doesn't matter. I will say Usman, I find a very interesting matchup for him. Because Usman, to me, with those gap closers, he's got a really great jab. That thing is like a piston, and it's going to be even faster at 185. He landed it quite a bit on Khamzat. The takedown threat, look, I mean, he's 40 with bad knees. So, like, if I go into this fight saying I'm going to bet Kamaru because I think he can out-wrestle Dricus for 5 rounds, that is a lot of bet on a 40-year-old dude with bad knees doing that sort of game plan over and over again. I think he's going to have to not only survive at distance, but win minutes at distance. But I do think it is possible. The speed advantage coming up for 170 could be helpful. With that said, I did already bet Kamaru Usman, so maybe I'm coping and I'm talking to myself about it because I modeled him the tiny, like a 50.2%. So like I basically got in a coin flip in this spot, but things to keep in mind with the model result. Kamaru has really protected his late career stats because he hasn't fought like in his late 30s. That will make him probably a worse fighter than he is currently showing on paper. And number 2 is I don't go through weight class adjustment. And it is a big one when I think Dricus, if this fight doesn't work out for him, heck, he could be another one of these guys that moves up to 205, bro. If Whitaker did it, why couldn't Dricus move up to 205? Because he's huge. So it is an interesting fight. I think right now as the odds sit, Kamaru is a little undervalued. But Matty, if those odds are correct that du Plessis KO is longer the decision, that is crazy to me. against a 40-year-old guy in Usman.
So on Poly Market, it's plus 170 for the KO and then plus 150 for the decision.
Yeah. The longer this fight goes, I think the worse that is for Dricus. Like, if this fight were to go the distance, you'd be scared that Usman took a couple of rounds with takedowns and was able to make things really close. If you like Dricus, I would play him like 2-3-4 KO, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's like 12-1, 14-1, 18-1. I think those are pretty good numbers.
Yeah, that's actually insane. I was just in the same room as Kamaru about a month ago at the Regenerate headquarters here in Boca, and bro, he is not a big guy, dude. Like seeing him next to DDP, I'm just like, you look at the size difference, the age, the durability. I mean, but Kamaru's pretty durable, but like, I don't know. I honestly think DDP can bully him in the striking and just walk him down. I really do.
Well,
I'll probably put a very sizable bet on DDP here, either money line or KO or both. But I'm probably gonna be hammering this. So, bro, right now DDP's minus 212 on Poly Market.
Whoa. That like I often say, Poly Market usually has some of the best prices for that, so that's not a huge surprise, but that's crazy. Praying these, I would agree with our guy Ullman here.
Hard Rock. I feel like I need to hammer this on Poly.
I would just say wait, dude, because Usman's taking money. He was plus 225 on Monday. He's down to plus 190. It might keep moving this way.
Yeah.
So that those are always the things that you want to consider, but it's like my confidence is not very high right now. I was telling you that I was like, you are red hot when it comes to the exacto sort of reads. If you like DDP KO here, I really get it. When I'm very surprised that it is longer than decision.
Plus, I don't feel like, knock on wood, I don't feel like there's any submission danger here. Even though DDP does have that, it's like Kamaru's not getting subbed, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Usman is a guy that, he went his 170 prime. Leon is a black belt. Fought Gilbert Burns, right? Even there weren't a ton of grappling.
That's fucking back take. That was ridiculous. I mean,
Kamaru went 25 minutes with Damian Maia.
Yeah. I love the KO here for DDP. I think I got to put that as the last leg of the cycle just because it's going to be cinema.
I understand. I do agree. I agree a little bit with this comment. Not quite the same vein. There's nothing special about DDP. I do think his physicality is special, but one of the things that caught me off guard researching this fight this week is just how much of DDP's run toward the title is sort of a non-factor now. Like Darren Till, Derek Brunson, the Whitaker fight, I know, but he struggled at the end of 185 and then a couple of tight decisions with Strickland. So, and the Izzy fight, probably his most convincing performance. But, man, a lot of these guys are putting Izzy out in the second round. And Dricus was in the fourth round and lost the third round to him. So, it's like Dricus has always been one of my favorites. So, like, that's why I have a model to kind of eliminate bias here. But, our chat is so split.
I will say I'm way more confident on just DDP to win.
Yeah.
Just because Usman is pretty calculated and smart defensively, bro. But I just think it's not going to matter if DDP just backs him down. Just forward pressure, gets him up against the cage, maybe some body shots.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to hurt Kamaru here at this stage of his career. Maybe some leg kicks towards the knees. But I do think DDP will find a way to get it done for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait for this fight. I mean, that's why I thought plus 200 was a little – I actually think there are going to be competitive moments for both guys, but it would not surprise me if Dricus was able to find the button at some point. It's just when you get guys that are like 40 moving up in weight, it's really not a good – like I mentioned this with Whitaker last week. I still don't like that weight class for him just because you were right about Krylov being the slowest MF on this side of the Mississippi, right? Yeah. I still don't love that weight class for Rob because when you get older, move up in weight, you run into a lot of physical challenges. And
I agree. I just didn't think Krylov was the guy to show us that it was a bad move for Whitaker.
Yeah. It's one last point before we're going to move on, make some parlays, rip some cards. But Trevor Whitman in Usman's corner, he has Justin Gaethje. He's KO points minus 170. And by the way,
50 cents on the dollar, bro, and you get rid of the submission that's not happening anyways. I like that a lot.
I think it's a good one because I've got DDP sub I've actually got a decent number on it. I got it like plus 550.
Yeah.
Which is weird considering I'm not on DDP money line. So
Lamar would have to be so beat up to get subbed by DDP, bro. He'd have to be like halfway unconscious.
Yeah. Wow. We got a comment there. Usman's the better side. Our chat very divided on this, which means it probably is going to be a great fight.
Good main event for sure.
All righty. Let's move on. Make some parlays. All right, Matty, we got these dudes inundating us with Super Chat parlays. We so appreciate it, guys, that you guys have gone through. Our guy, Gabby P, by the way, this isn't a Super Chat, but just he says Ezra Elliott by submission in the main event. He was tuned in early, and he's got a take for us, so we appreciate that. My guy, J Money, Deani Barbosa sub, Bashi decision, Tommy Gunn KO. It's 26-1. That's a strong start. We'll keep that King of the Hill for now. Appreciate the support, T Birch. RJ personally take RJ Harris by finish. We both kind of lean Harris there at the odds. Big Maple, $28 Canadian. I don't know what the conversion rate is there, but we appreciate it.
It's a fucking long shot parlay, and he starts making it rain on our shit.
Absolutely. But it was very kind to him. Hines sub, Ramirez KO, Usman decision. Good God. 442 to
Sorry,
1.
Big Maple, but I'm out on that one.
Yeah, we appreciate this.
Honestly, we're just the first leg I'm out on.
Interesting. Okay, we still got one at the King of the Hill. Here's RJ Harris sub, Franco KO, Klein decision.
I would consider it, but he didn't put the
odds. Yeah, you got to get the odds. And we got Hines Harris ends round 1, Barbosa round 2 sub, Delgado KO 3. That's 244 to 1.
I think we liked a little bit of length in that heavyweight fight, so I'm gonna pass on it.
Yeah, it's a weird fight. I wouldn't want to throw it in one of those. Usman decision is plus 510 at Fanatics. That's a good number, man. Wow. And Usman decision, Tommy KO. I know you like DDP there, so we'll move forward. Bashi decision, if you add it to the other one, it'd be 8,400. We got usernames for the cards already. Franco KO, Barbosa sub, Bashi decision, 36 to 1.
Not bad, but I'll pass on.
I was gonna say I don't know if you feel good enough about Franco to go there. Decision parlay DDP Hooper Bashi, 34 to 1.
I just hate sweating a 3-leg decision.
I think so far, and I'm gonna keep going here, but I think we're still both with Barbosa sub, Bashi decision, Tommy Gunn KO.
Yeah.
But now I'll keep going here. Delgado decision, CLD KO, Drekus sub, and don't love the.
So
you did just say it wasn't going to happen. So Correa sub, McMillan KO, Bashi decision.
Include the odds.
Did not include the odds. You got to include the odds, fellas.
Guys, you got to include the odds if you want me to pick your shit.
Odds TBD. We got to have it on the board. DDP KO, Barbosa sub, decision 26 to 1.
Oh, we might have a 1 there. Because, bro, did someone just comment that or no?
It was at 9 minutes ago, so yes.
Yeah, bro. People are hacking my shit. People are literally taking exactly what they know I'll pick.
Okay, let me keep going here. RJ sub.
I really like that, though. Go back to it.
We'll go back. I have the 2 flagged, okay, of the ones we'll decide between. RJ sub, Correa decision, CLD KO. It's 57 to 1.
Is just take Correa decision out of that and ride it. Because bro, that's still gonna be like 20 to 1.
Yeah.
I might play that at 20 to 1.
And see, when you guys bring heat like this, if he's throwing 50 down, he might pick 2 or 3 of them. We'll see. But Franco round 1, Correa 2, DDP round 3. Man, our guy Washington Bulldog Dad is throwing shit at the board and hoping something sticks.
1 on that?
And
back to that one?
261 to 1, yeah. Well, so it's like Franco round 1 is crazy. And then RJ sub, Franco KO, Klein decision, no odds included. And then this one was just thank you, Parker, for coming in. Drake is KO, points is minus 170. Good number if you like it that side. But here are the 3 we like, Matty. You ready? Barbosa sub, Bashi decision, Tommy Gunn KO. That was 26 to 1.
I think I'm gonna pass on that just because the Bashi one I'm torn.
Gotcha. So then how about here? DDP KO, Barbosa sub, Hooper decision.
I like that one a lot.
Okay, 26 to 1, and then this one we were thinking about taking out Correa decision and giving the action.
Let's see on Hard Rock what this. So first of all, is that RJ sub at 7 to 1? Is that a good number or is that a bad number based on
Hard Rock?
Yeah.
Let me see what I'm just gonna cross-reference this book real quick.
Yeah, just check.
This book has RJ sub plus 550, so I think that 7-1 number is good.
All right, sign me up. All right, so RJ Harris by sub plus 700,
Yeah.
and then CLD KO. Plus 2140, bro.
I think we take the 2-legger because, man, we need one of you guys to hit this. Okay, like
Got two this time, so we'll do both.
Okay, we'll do both. So here's,
Decision disgusts me though, but I do like the number.
yeah, RJ sub CLD KO. It's about 24-1. That will be number 1, and then number 2 will be the DDP KO Barbosa sub Hooper decision. You both are in for $50, and I'll remind Matty off air to get that in. But really good stuff, guys. Really good stuff with that. But let's move forward here, Matty. Do you want to rip some cards, brother?
Yes, sir.
I haven't even looked at the safe parlay yet, so I'm gonna need some time. I typically like try to choose something that you would be on board with. So
yeah.
This dead air, wonderful television. As I'm just trying to figure out what gosh.
All right, I just deposited on Hard Rock. I'm putting these in.
Klein's sub decision is minus 230. Feels like a safe play. I just don't want to bet reaching in that fight, dude. As much as I know it's like the right thing to do, I think she's too small. She's gonna get little sistered, if you will.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think of some totals you and I really liked. Don't have. Let's see.
I just put 1,500 on that, bro.
On the 2-legger.
I'll put it in the Telegram if you want to put it on the screen.
Okay, I bet.
Wow, I fucking love that, bro. 1,500 to win 33,000.
Boom. There it is, Matty. Yeah, that's how fast. Wow, that's such a big payout for just that 2-legger right there.
Right. What was the other one? Chase Hooper decision.
Here, I'll throw it up there for you.
Plus 300.
There it is on screen.
What
am I gonna do, man? Like,
Barbosa sub. I feel like Barbosa sub at plus 110 is gonna end up being so free. Remember that one sub that was like plus 105? Which fight was that?
Francis Marshall, dude. You and I, it haunts us.
Fight so fucking much, bro. I kind of want to do a sub special parlay with Barbosa, RJ Harris, and I guess just those two. It's not even worth it. I'm already exposed them. All right, need DDP KO. I'm putting 1,000 on the second one. Let's see what that pays. Damn, DDP KO is plus 210, wasn't it?
It was plus 230 was on this book.
On Polymarket, right?
Does Polymarket have exact props out yet?
Yeah.
It feels a little early. Dang.
Bro, plus 210 is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah, it feels a little crazy.
And decisions plus 190. So those props are really low right now on Poly. The Hard Rock numbers are actually – I wonder what it is on FanDuel.
It's plus 230, the DDP KO.
What's the decision?
Plus, it was shorter, plus 180.
Yeah. 25-1 on the 3-legger. I just put that one in too.
You like the Lobos-Noyani length and the Lobos-Noyani co-fight, right?
Yeah.
God, it scares the heck out of me, though.
I love length there, dude. I really do.
I wish I could play like over 1.5 rounds. I have a fight to start round 3 at minus 225, but I'm afraid Lobos-Noyani might sub him though. Let me see if I got better
I
prop
just
select.
I just put the second slip in Telegram.
Nice. Oh, let's see this Rodriguez Franco. If we got fight minus 450 not go the distance. It sounds about right. Klein sub decision. It's not bad.
I think I know my cycle, by the way.
Well, while we're stalling here, as I'm trying to figure out what to do with this safe parlay, what are you thinking?
I don't know if I want to give it out yet, bro.
Oh, okay, well that incentivizes people to stay locked on your YouTube channel instead of.
People can probably guess it based off the show, though. They'll probably be pretty close. I do think I'm going to keep the CLD fight out of the cycle just because I know if I pick decision, it's going KO.
I wish I could get over. Okay, there it is. Over 1.5 rounds.
I think
that
was the hardest one for me this week.
Which one?
The decision.
Yeah, I'm not much help. Klein decision is minus 160. It feels a little expensive.
Yeah, it's minus 170 on Hard Rock too. You know, it's kind of sneaky. Is Tommy decision at plus 500? That's just such chaos to sweat 15 minutes of that fucking fight.
It really is, man.
And I already like the 2-3 angle, anyways. Oh fuck. Maybe I should take your boy JPL by decision at plus 425.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna play at the number. I'm gonna play inside the distance there. I'm a little surprised that it's so heavy, but Ko has been a decision machine, so it's not a huge shocker.
Yeah, like Ko's decision is plus 135.
What do you think about? Oh no, you like the Hooper decision. I was gonna say, what do you think about the violence in the Hooper fight? I don't love it. I'm sitting on. I like Klein sub decision. It's minus 230 on FanDuel, which feels like a really good number. But I'm kind of struggling with a fight with additional length beyond that. Like Cannonier Duncan is minus 205 to start round 3, but like I could see a KO there.
Yeah.
I just want to get folks I might play a little juice in the safe parlay this week. Oh wait. Oh, I think I'm gonna have it here, assuming I can get a double chance. Dang, bro.
What do you have so far?
So I was gonna go Klein sub or decision. It's minus 300 or minus 230, depending on where you get it. And then I want to go Rodriguez Franco doesn't start round 3. Okay, that'll work. The number's not amazing, but at DraftKings, I'm gonna have to shop the number here just because I don't have time to do it. But what do you think of that Klein sub decision? And then I'm gonna do Rodriguez Franco doesn't start round 3.
Doesn't start round 3. What's the number on that?
It's minus 2. Here it's minus 235.
Scares me a little, but should hit.
It does. I had a surprisingly hard time with it. Like Cannonier Duncan over 1.5 feels a little bit sketchy. The Hooper fight, I feel like the total. It's a tough week for totals in particular. Like the McMillan Montes fight. Do I really want to play violence there?
No.
And I'm not trusting Hines Harris to the safe parlay. It's supposed to have a semblance of safe. So I'm typing in Klein sub decision, and then Rodriguez Jr. Franco doesn't start round 3. It's about a pick'em. I'm gonna have to find the exact odds for it. But apology.
Delgado by decisions plus 375.
I have a hard time. People are like, "Oh, Delgado KO, he's going to make it look easy." I have a hard time seeing him put away Bashi like that. Bashi to me is really tough.
Yeah.
And Delgado has been to all these tight decisions, man. I kind of feel like that fight's going to be longer. Maybe it's a 2-3 KO from exhaustion related things, but I do feel like that's going to be a little longer. But other than that, man, I think we're all set. We have a slip of the super chat parlay. Our Harris sub, Christian Leroy Duncan KO. You put those together, you can see Matty's got 33K already potentially with that one. And then I put in the chat the safe parlay. Weird week. Probably not going to go super hard at it. Klein sub decision, and then Rodriguez Jr. Franco does not start round 3. That's minus 110 there. Matty, any last thoughts before we send these good people on their way?
Bet on DDP.
I disagree. I think it's Usman or pass, but who knows? We'll see. We have UFC Abu Dhabi next week, Matty. We got a new. We got Bogdan Gusko stepping in against Magomed Ankalaev. So.
God, I would love for Gusko to pull that off. I just don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I think all of us would love a way for Gusko to pull it off. I'm not sure if he can. We'll talk about it.
Love that.
But yeah, we have an early. I'm more excited for this week than next week. I tell you.
Rip a pack, bro.
Oh shoot, yeah, I forgot. Who you gonna rip a gold one for you? See if we can track down that protest card first.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right, I'm ripping myself one, and then we'll pick one guest.
We already picked the super chats, fellas. Just got to get in a touch earlier. Got to get those in before the end of the main event breakdown. We appreciate the support, though. We really do.
All right, here we go.
All right, Matty, is this your protest card? Let's see it.
Bro, I hope I get a DDP card, actually.
That would be, I mean, I would consider
If
cashing
I get a DDP card, I'm putting 50K on DDP. I swear to God, I will do it. I'll put 50 G's on DDP if I pull a DDP card here.
I'd consider cashing out Usman if this was a DDP card.
I'll buy you out of your position, bro. Look, it's freezing. It's a sign. Not what is going on?
Yeah, I'm not sure we've seen this one yet.
There we go. Bro, I'm hitting skip.
What do we get? Darren Till. Here's a PSA.
I might have some value. No,
Are you going to cash out?
I'm selling Darren. Yeah, I'm ripping another one for myself real quick. I want to.
No, go ahead.
All right, let's buy this again.
Are we picking someone in chat here?
I'm gonna go ahead and do that while I'm ripping up.
I will.
Let's pick two people. I'll do two $60 cards.
Okay, I got you.
Whoa!
Whoa, my goodness.
Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo, bro. How is this card worth so little?
I agree. I mean, it's a PSA 9.
What is going on?
It was worth $1,000 before Saturday night.
Bro, that's crazy. I'm so confused right now. I'm genuinely so confused. Like, I would have rather not seen the price so I could just be excited.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a sweet looking card too.
I'm keeping that, bro. There's no way I'm selling that for $77.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll put that in the Telegram. Why is this?
Sounds like we desperately need to get that signed.
I'm blown away right now, bro. Yeah, imagine I get this signed by Conor and Aldo.
That'd be sick.
I'm blown away right now, bro.
Yeah, I'm surprised I thought it was a big one when you pulled it and I saw it. All right, I'm gonna go first two super chats for the $60.
For me again, I'm itching now.
Okay.
And then I promise I'll rip two for those guys.
You're good. I already got them picked.
I'm itching after that. Come on.
I appreciate you guys still commenting in super chat again. We're just going with the first two that came in here, guys. We're a first come, first serve show. Wow, there's a McGregor again.
Bro. Conor McGregor again.
Man, they're just those things are flying off the shelf clearance style.
All right, I'm gonna keep both those.
Yeah.
Tell me who we're ripping for first.
All right, first one, friend of the show, Gabby
By
P.
the way, bro, do you see this card?
What you got? Oh yeah, dude, the Max Dana White one's crazy.
That's a card. How did I not pull this Conor McGregor card?
That would have been a good one.
You got another boss card, John Jones and Dana.
Best friends forever.
This is half the price of the Max Holloway one. Oh, it's because of PSA 8. That's why. This is sick too.
I think that John Jones Kaboom one is sick, and I'm surprised no one's pulled it yet because it's been there a bit. The 1705.
This is a O'Malley card.
The O'Malley fadeaway is crazy.
Yeah, that shit goes hard. Wow. All right. Who are we ripping for?
All right. Our friend of the show, Gabby P, just popped in while you were ripping a few minutes ago.
I got you.
Guys, I really do try to spread it around a little bit. It's not, I don't want to exclude you if we picked you before, but, you know, we want to make sure everybody gets a chance. All right, Gabby, let's get something good on the board for you. Bo Nickel, PSA 10. Hey, that could, you never know. That could rise in value. Instant. Hey, that's a debut card, it looks like.
Apparently, Carlos Prates card got pulled. Someone just told me. Wow.
Oh, God, did.
I'm sick to my stomach right now, bro.
You're going to have to track that down.
Yeah, I need to just buy one. Takes all the fun away. Who's this one for?
All right, we got our guy, Lalo, King Thor 528. Pull some heat, he says, with a few fire emojis. Islam's $72 card. Not bad.
Let's get cards.
It was actually a $2 card to use, so that's a good investment.
Yeah.
Islam. I like it. PSA 9. We did pull some good stuff today. Well, at least it wasn't like a, you know, women's bantamweight $30 card or whatever I might pull.
This Messi card.
Kaboom Messi. Goodness gracious.
Bro, Messi is so goated.
I legitimately cannot believe every time I watch him play soccer, I'm like, it doesn't even look like he's playing the same sport.
Bro, you know what's crazy is, what do you think his 2+ assist number paid? Because I was literally talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Like, teams just are not going to let him score at some point, and he just knows it, and he's just dishing, bro. He just stays far outside the box or on the side of the field.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have 4 assists this past game.
Yeah.
Like, no bullshit. There was multiple chances where they missed headers right outside of the 6. Like, it was just insane.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy that they came from you got a lead in the final already, Spain and Argentina.
I think Spain is like the sharpest side ever because I think everyone was going to be that Messi.
It reminds me of the Eagles-Chiefs Super Bowl, bro. There's one team that's been crushing like really good teams, and then the other team's been squeaking by the skin of their ass, and I think Spain could lay it. I might lay like a spread with Spain in that one.
Yeah.
But I lost a nuke on England today. Hey, the Knicks in English soccer in 1 year would have been a little bit too much to ask. But yeah, all right. Well, guys, I appreciate we got a lot of people in chat. Like, how do I win? How do I get stuff? You're very welcome for the poll, Gabby. Guys, it's really kind of at random. Try to spread the love. We rip cards very often in the show. We appreciate you guys for doing it. Thanks so much for tuning in to our OKC breakdown, guys. We'll be back next week. UFC Abu Dhabi, probably picks, breakdowns, props, card polls, you name it. We'll probably have it for you next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Until then, he is the man behind Home of Fight, Matty Bets. I am Austin Swaim. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys, and hope all your bets cash this weekend.
Peace out, everyone.